What's up, you beautiful collectors and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fans? Thanks for tuning in. Once again, it is the one and only Optibotimus coming at you with another video review. Now, weeks ago when I kind of announced my pseudo-retirement, I guess. I mean, I talked about how I don't want to call it a retirement because if there's cool things that are going to be coming out, I'm going to want to share them with you guys. This is 100% what I had on my mind when I said that, because they had announced this, I pre-ordered it, and I knew I wanted to share it with you guys because for me, I don't like using the term Holy Grail or Grail, because to me a Grail is something that in terms of toys you can get. It just, if you have to have the money to be able to do it, you know, like for the longest time, like a figure like Fortress Maximus from G1 was a holy grail because of how expensive it was. Same thing with like Predaking and Reflector, you know, Transformers like that have been referred to as holy grails. It just kind of denotes something that is very hard to get or difficult to get, which is kind of, you know, like the search for the Holy Grail is like, it's impossible to get that. This, though, was something that I always could have gotten. It was very expensive, though. Usually a complete version of the vintage set could range, you know, $400 or $500, things of that nature. So I never got it. But with Playmates reissuing a lot of actual figures, and then we saw them do reissues of vehicles like the Party Wagon, and then we have like the Toilet Taxi, and then recently with the Mutant module, and last year they did a playset. You know, those are all vehicles. Last year they did a reissue of the Technodrome, which I have the vintage Technodrome. I never got that reissue or classic one, whatever they're what do they call it? Yeah, they're calling these classics, classic sewer layer. I never got that classic remastered Technodrome for a variety of reasons. There was more wrong with that playset than there was right. I felt like the size, it was smaller for one. It was like 20% smaller than the vintage one. The material was more flimsy, and not that it was fragile, but you could really see that there was a difference in the plastic quality, things of that nature. And for me, the biggest thing was the size on it. You know, making it smaller was a huge turnoff. So when they announced that they were going to be doing the sewer layer playset, I was very, very, you know, rightfully, I felt concerned until Toy Fair. I think it was Toy Fair, where a lot of people asked, they saw that the sewer layer playset was there. And a lot of people were asking, is this going to be scaled down like the Technodrome was? And it was a resounding no, that they heard fans and they decided to keep it at the same scale as the original one. So I knew I wanted to get this. It's also why I liked what they did with the Mutant module. We're also going to be getting a foot cruiser, I think. A lot of those vintage figures, vintage play sets and things like that, the fear was that it was going to get scaled down. And I'm very happy that Playmates listened to fans, listened to collectors, and decided to keep it that way, because this is what I've wanted since I was a kid. I've mentioned this before, that my best friend when I was a child, his name was Tom, he had this. I had the Technodrome. He had this. I always wanted this, but I could never get it. My parents couldn't swing it for whatever reason. They were probably buying me other stuff. So it is an absolute nerd out sort of thing for me to finally have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sewer layer playset, as it was back in, I believe it was 1989, 1988. The Technodrome came out with all the turtles and stuff like that. This came out a year later, and super excited. Now, what I have seen in terms of doing a little bit of research on this, the package is different. It's smaller, it's designed differently, but still has that same, the soul of that, you know, with the art, the cartoon style, the animation, whatever you want to call it, all present right here. A big difference is right down here they have an actual image of the SEWER playset, whereas the original one had like a kid that was there. Not as big as I thought. I mean, it's still pretty big, but you got the image of it right there. Come around to the other side, same kind of thing with the image. Come around to the back. Got a bit of a read up right here, and then of course the actual product shot itself. This is a Amazon exclusive. I know people are going to complain about that, but sometimes retailers don't necessarily like having big boxes like this in their stores. It takes up a lot of shelf space, so it makes sense. But unlike, I've already seen a couple people do videos on this, and it was released basically yesterday with Labor Day and everything. Like, people started getting this in their hands for the first time yesterday, and all they basically did was open the box. I saw like 2 videos. They open the box, guy sitting in his bedroom. He opens the box, takes all the stuff out. Oh, well, this is, you know, it has this. And that's not a review, guys. Come on. So let's actually get this open. I'm not going to bore you by putting it all together, putting all the stickers on. It's going to take a while to do all that stuff. I'm just going to jump in, and we're going to go from this guy and get him all assembled to be able to show it to you. So without further ado, my 46-year-old self is freaking out. 40 years later almost, I finally have the SEWER LAIR playset. So let's get this out here and see how cool it actually is. Wow. All right. So here we have the new reissue Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles SEWER LAIR playset, opened up out of its packaging and fully assembled. And honestly, this took a lot longer than I thought that it would. It's not really like an intimidating set, but in terms of like getting all the pieces and everything connected in there, took me a little bit to do. Now, one thing that I will say is that it all connects together very well, but I will say there is a different feel to this. I want to give a shout out to Pixel Dan, who did a review some time ago of the Technodrome, and he talked about how it feels different, and this definitely does. The plastic does feel softer. It's not that it's fragile, but it is definitely more flexible in some aspects. I don't know if that's just because of what they're using nowadays, or if it's meant to be softer like that because safety issues, whatever the case may be. I have no idea. But there is a different feel to this. Does it disappoint me? No. This thing is still absolutely fantastic. One thing that I will say is, though, it's smaller than it's not smaller, but because I'm bigger, it seems smaller, which is a weird thing to say, but through the lens of time, as I get bigger, things tend to get smaller, and that's really kind of interesting. Now, it does come with a fairly substantial amount of stickers. A lot of them are slime ones, but one thing that I will say is that there are some stickers that are already applied to it, which is okay. I don't mind it all that much, like the little dojo thing right here, which I'll get in and show you closer details before, or in a little bit, but I do like that. You also do have the instruction sheet, and like I said, like everything basically like snaps together very easily. I will say that I would probably apply the stickers before putting this together. So when you're going through there, take a look at the stickers, find the pieces that you need, and then put the stickers on there. Because once you start assembling things, it gets like, once you have this built, it gets a little bit more tricky when you want to apply stickers to certain things, like over here and all that kind of stuff. But this is everything that I hoped it would be. As you can see, you do have the SEWER section there, kind of goes up. You can mix and match these. All these pieces here are interchangeable, so you can move these around. You can take this off here. You can, well, you have to flip that around. You can put that up there if you want to. If you wanted to have a shorter kind of thing there, it just kind of depends on what you would want to do. I don't know why you would have a SEWER pipe going that high out of the ground, but you know, is what it is. I do apologize. I don't have my Technodrome out here, but one thing that I will say is that this being the same scale as the original one, this should connect to that back section of the Technodrome where there was a black section that like would fold down. This should connect to it. This ring here feels like it's roughly the same size. I can't test it, but based off of just logic, knowing that this is the same size, it should be perfectly fine, and I'm totally okay with it. Now this section here attaches to the back of this. I don't have that on there right now just because I don't have a lot of space, but this table here is fairly small, and like that's the way that is. But you can spin this. Oh, I can drop it. You spin this around, and you can see that it attaches right back here, just like that, so people can crawl up there and look through there. But I love the fact, and this is true of the entire run of these. They really do pay homage to the way that the original one was. All the replicated stickers, the details, all that stuff is outstanding throughout this entire piece, and I really do love it. It is, like I said, overall fairly small. That wasn't clicked down all the way, but still works perfectly with your figures. I'm gonna set this kind of back here and bring this down so that you can kind of see what I'm doing now. I'm bringing in these are the remastered ones, same scale and everything, but you can see that they fit very, very nicely with it. I'm gonna take Shredder, I'm gonna put Shredder up here. Really very cool how that actually works out, and I'm glad that I have these Ninja Turtle figures that I can actually show this to you. Moving this off the way, there's a lot of play features with this. For example, you can take this section, this will lower down. You can then, there's actually like holes here, and the holes don't fit with these figures, but you can set him there. I wonder if I can raise it up. Oh yeah, you kind of can. There we go. That's pretty cool. You can do that. You have this periscope here that you can take. Donatello, for example, you can have him hold on to this, and like all this stuff still fits perfectly, even though these are not the classic figures. I mean, that works very nicely, and you can see that turns around, and as you turn it around, this section spins. Now, it does kind of spin independently of this, which, you know, that's kind of weird. I feel like it didn't do that before, but you have that right there. I'm gonna set this off here for a second. Let's say Shredder gets down here, and that's, oh no, Shredder has broken into the sewer layer. What are we gonna do? Well, we're gonna have Michelangelo take this ball, and we're gonna come up here, and we're gonna drop it down here, and it's gonna knock out Shredder. Stupid Shredhead got rid of him. Cool. Another thing that you can do is, let's freaking awesome. I love everything about this. You can take, I have to stand up here to do this, but you can take these guys, you can attach them here, you can have this, and let's beat up Shredder again. Shredder's hanging out here, guys. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Well, he's up here. There's Shredder. You take this, you move this around, and it's not gonna do it, but it's gonna swing and he's gonna kick him, knock him down, and he's breaking city property and all that fun stuff. But I mean, this is really very cool, and like I said, coming in here to take a closer look at the details, you got a little bedroom right there. Also, it's hard to see, but on the other side there's like a little girly poster right there as well. So you can take him in there. Well, yeah, there you go. Come on. There you go. You can put Mikey in there. I love the stickers you can see going on back there, like taking you into different rooms and things like that. You got another sticker on this other side. Those stickers were already applied, So get that out of there. So again, you can kind of see what's going on there. You got a pizza box down there. You got like a little training dojo and all that stuff. Again, you got slime. You got that tube going up there. Great detail. You can put slime here and then it would pour through. You also can pop this off if you wanted to have something like that to go through. You got a little periscope thing. I like how you have this piece right here. It doesn't really do anything, but it's like meant to be over here, but you can set it right there so that you don't lose it. I like that. Got nice detail on the backboard right there. I feel like the other one was cardboard. This is plastic though, so I don't remember if that was correct or not, but all the way around, amazing detail on this. And like you could see here in the back, just spinning this around, even here on the side, great sticker detail throughout that. Coming around here and like focusing on this again, you got the little TV screen details. I love turtles. You got the Foot Clan right there. I mean, absolutely fantastic amount of detail with this. And when I say that, it's very simplistic detail because this is an 80s toy. So I absolutely think that this is spectacular. It really, really is. And you can even shorten, like I was saying, you can take this section here off entirely if you wanted to and kind of shorten the footprint of it. You can put this up there if you have more space going up. But again, I don't know why you would want to have that big of a tube kind of thing, you know, or conversely, you can take this and you can detach this and put it on the side there if you want to. You got one that bends. So you have the bendy one there for the back. You don't really use that for the front section here. Got the little ball, like I showed, where you can put it on there. Just make that fall out there. I mean, this is fantastic. This is super fun, super cool. Everything about this just literally does just hit my geek spot. I know that that's a weird phrase to use, but yeah, you know, I mean, it's just so much fun to be able to have this entire play set when I didn't have it as a kid. And you can set all these guys up and just amazing, just absolutely amazing. I cannot brag about this set enough. I think that this is phenomenal. I absolutely love it. I just cannot get over the fact that I have this in my collection. I think that this is outstanding. As I said, this is a Amazon exclusive, much like the Technodrome was. But what is so much better about this than the Technodrome is that it is kept true to size, which is amazing that they did that. I think that that is fantastic that they were able to kind of recreate that. You can put that right there. I love the fact that they did that, and I love the fact that they're continuing to do that. I know we are getting the Foot Cruiser. I don't know if they're doing anything else. I mean, I can't really think of any other play sets or vehicles. I know we got the pizza thrower, which is fantastic. I mean, I just love the fact that they are going back and giving us this stuff. I think that it is super fun. I think it's super cool. Us collectors from the 80s are absolutely loving it. A lot of people probably already have this. If you're a Ninja Turtle fan, you probably have this. If you're like me, who never ended up getting it, this is a great way to do it. So I will put a link down in the video description where you can go to Amazon and pick this up for yourself. It is shipping now, so I think that if you want it, basically like 2-day shipping kind of thing with the Amazon Prime and all that fun stuff. But there you go, guys. There's my look at the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle classic, remaster, whatever you want to call it, reissue, re-release of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Sewer Layer playset. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up button. Let me know that you enjoyed it and you geeked out with me while I played with this. But beyond that, my friends, Thank you for tuning in. I love and appreciate you all. And until next time, this is Optibotimus saying adios, au revoir, and auf Wiedersehen.